What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bulls to the Wall Trading. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend, and I hope everybody had a good day in the market today. This is a channel where I share my tips, tricks, strategies, watch lists, and daily recaps of what I do in the stock market. My last videos were on Friday. I did not post anything last night because I was out of town and I got home pretty tired, so I didn't want to do anything. So I didn't want to make a recap video without showing you guys my watch list, because I didn't want to fall into people saying that I make videos after the fact of stocks moving up or down or whatever. So I didn't want people to think that. So this is going to be my watch list for October 3rd, 2017. So let's get right into it. So as always, I split my watch list into 3 categories. This daily stock is the one that I do for the morning. So really my night scan, I only have 2 categories, which is keep an eye and continuation plays. So I'm going to start with the ones I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment, and I'd be more than happy to clarify anything you guys don't understand. I am using the Thinkorswim platform. And before I get into everything, I almost forgot to tell you guys that I am not a financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion, my advice. Please do your own research. Any stock that I give out does not mean that you need to go ahead and invest everything you have in it. Do your own research. Don't take my word for it. If it looks good to me, it doesn't necessarily means that it needs to look good to you. And also, nobody's paying me to do these videos. Nobody's paying me to push their product or their company. So the first one is going to be GNCA. This one, I believe I had this one on my personal watch list last night. Like I said, I didn't upload any videos last night because I was really tired. I did make my own watch list. I just chose not to put it up because I was really tired. But I had this one last night. I drew my line right here at the 151 mark. So at the market open, we wanted it to go above. As you can tell, it didn't do that. It just went down, and it kind of rebounded. At the close, it's around 144. So tomorrow morning, we are hoping that it makes a push close to that 151 mark, and hopefully it goes above it. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Next one, AVEO. I believe I had this one again on my watch list yesterday, which I did. But I didn't really keep up with it because the volume in the morning was really low. But you can tell what it did right here. It really did nothing as far as pre-market, but if we would have kept up with this one, I would have drawn my line right here at the high point, which would have been 372. And as soon as it broke 372, you could have made a quick little profit, or you could have rode it out all the way to 385. So let me delete this old line right here, and I will draw my new line at 385. So it's looking like it's making a little movements right here in the post market, nothing big. If you've been watching my videos, I don't like these little lines because that means the price opened here and it closed there, which means it's really not doing much. But as you can tell, it has potential. It moved up today, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Cat B is another one that I had. Let me check my notes. Nope, I don't think I had this one. These are probably just old lines, so I'll go ahead and delete those. Oh no, almost hit the wrong thing. Clear drawing set. Alright, so this one had some movement in the pre-market. As you can tell, if we were doing this one last night, or if we were looking at it this morning, I would have drawn my line right here. And as soon as it broke above, look at that movement up. You would have went from $2.38 to $2.78. would have made pretty good profits. So what I am going to do is I'm going to locate the high point, which is 289, and I'm going to draw my typical line right there at 289, and same thing, I'm gonna hope that it keeps this upward move that it has, and hopefully it can break above. And let me delete this old line that I just drew. CAPR, this one was one that I traded this morning, and it was a beautiful stock. Look at all this movement that it had. If you've been watching my videos or my watch list, I've had this one on several times the past week. Look at all this movement. I drew my line right here at the high point, which was in the pre-market, and as soon as it broke above, it just made consistent move up. It went from, my entry point was at 332, and I got out, I think, like around here. I don't remember, but I didn't write it all the way up. If somebody would have wrote it up, I mean, that would have been just shy of $1, really. Let's see. It would have been 92 cents. Wow, 92 cents per share you would have made, or just shy of 22% gains, which is pretty good if you ask me. So because it made that move, I'm still going to keep an eye on it. So I am going to draw my line right here at the 425 mark. Oh man, I picked the wrong one. I'm going to draw my line at the 425 price point. I'm going to delete the line that I drew this morning. And I'm gonna keep this one on watch, hoping that it has the same movement that it had today in the pre-market, and hoping that it can go above the 425? Yeah, 425 mark. So these are the ones that I'm gonna keep an eye on, and let's take a look at the other ones that I just picked out today or tonight. ATEC, this one, I didn't really take a good look at this chart. I'm gonna delete this one. The chart doesn't look very attractive to me, and you know, this is actually a good thing for you guys if you're watching this. Maybe you can pick up on this chart. It doesn't look attractive, doesn't look healthy, so I'm going to delete that one. ARLZ, this is a healthier looking chart. It still has some things that I don't like, but the high point is 269, and it went close to that 269 point right before the market closed. So it definitely tried to get past that point, but it got rejected. So I'm hoping that it can go up to that point again tomorrow and test that 269 mark that I have right here. And ETE, let's see. This one, I think I had this one before. Okay, yeah. So this one I have a line right here, and I think this is at the 210. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So I drew a line right here at 210 because that's the high point over the last 10 days. But the thing I like about this one is that it is that not yesterday, but Friday, it reached a high of $1. So if you've been watching my videos, I let you guys know that every whole dollar amount is a huge resistance point, like a mental resistance. So if this one could break above 1, it would be a good point to get in. It'll be a little bit safer if it breaks a 110. So in this one we have 2 entry points above the break above $1, or if you want to play it even safer, the break above 110. OPTT, I got some lines in here, probably some old ones. Let me remove those. This one pretty much did nothing all day. It spiked a lot almost at the close to 155. I'll draw my line there, and again, keep an eye on it. It's consolidating right now, so it's not going down. It's just kind of in a channel, which is pretty good, hoping that it can break above that. DRYS, this is one that I gave out last week. This is one that can move up pretty fast and come down pretty fast, so be careful with this one if you're going to play it. It made movement all day long. Well, but not all day long, but from about 1 to 4 it made movements. And let me draw my trend line so you guys can see that movement. So that's just a steady upward movement right there. It reached highs of 283 in the post market. That's why I like it. So I will draw my line right there at 283 and keep this one on watch. ATRS, let's see what this one did. This one, I'm not too thrilled about this one. The pattern, the graph doesn't look all that great, but it's jumping in the post market, even though it's these little solid white lines, which I don't like, but it still made moves all day. So, well, not all day, I mean it spiked a little bit here and there, but I like that it's going up in the post market even though it's these solid white lines. So I definitely want to see how this one turns out tomorrow, so I'll draw my line right there at 348. MNKD, I think I had this one on my watch list again today, which I did. I drew my line right here, which was the high point in the pre-market. At the open, it went down, it tested that 246. It couldn't go above it. It got rejected at that line, and now it's trying to come back up again, so definitely gonna watch this one. And actually, let me delete this line and draw it right here at 246. Oops, no, 246. CRMD, steady movement. The chart looks not all that great, but it has a lot of volume and it's spiking up in the post market. This one is 75 cents a share, so this one could move a little slower, but still it's making movements up in the post market, so I definitely want to keep an eye on this one. So I'll draw my line right there at the 0.75 mark. And this one's probably the best one. Look at this volume, 55 million, which is ridiculous. I had this one again this morning for my watch list this morning. I drew my line right here, which was the high point, and as soon as it broke, I mean, you could have made a quick little profit, or you could have rode this whole thing to the top. Wow, made really big gains. So I definitely like the fact that it ended the day going up, and it's still going up to and it went up to 459. Right now it's kind of just consolidating, but it looks like it's trying to go back up to test at 459. So if you look at how it ended the day, look at this. So it's in an uptrend right now. So look at that. And if you guys don't know what a trend line is or how to read trends, please leave me a comment and I'll explain that to you guys. But yeah, that's a beautiful thing right there. So I'll draw my line at the 459 mark, and we'll be definitely come on, 450. We'll be definitely keeping an eye on this one just to see how it performs. This one's probably my favorite one, but again, you know, just because it looks good right now doesn't mean that it'll be great tomorrow. That's why you have to follow through. And like I've told you guys, I do run a morning scanner. Excuse me, I do run a morning scanner that shows me the stocks that are moving in the pre-market. So stocks that right now during my nightly scan might look horrible, this one will show me in the morning stocks that look good. So for example, this one showed up in the morning because it was making this move up in the pre-market. So that's about it. Leave me any questions that you may have. Please subscribe and like. Please spread the word. I'm here to help you guys out. Please feel free to reach out if you need anything, if you have any suggestions, if you have any comments. That's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Look out for my recap video sometime around noon. And I'll stop it right here, guys. I hope everybody has a good night and a good day in the markets tomorrow. Good night, everybody.